Since the beginning of the season, I have been hard on Tom Thibodeau regarding his minutes distribution and expanding the rotation. We need to see changes. But after his recent comments, not only are they confusing, but they confirm we will not be seeing changes anytime soon. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. But before we get started, about 54% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. We are on a mission to try to reach 50,000 subscribers, and we could really use your support. If you enjoy daily Knicks content like this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it could really support all the great content that we're creating for you. And now, let's get started. Tom Thibodeau explains why he plays the starters heavy minutes. The Knicks have been embarrassed by the top teams in the league. The Knicks defense has come into question, but also the heavy minutes the starters are playing has come back into focus. And that's with good reason. Take a look at this graphic. Shout out to StatMuse for giving us the following information. What you're looking at right now are the most minutes played this season. And here are the players that top the list. Number 1, Mikal Bridges. 2, Anthony Edwards. 3, Josh Hart. 4, Jalen Brunson. 5, Jason Tatum. Then you have Sabonis, Fox, Green, and at number 9, Trae Young. Take a look at this graphic. There is no other team on this list that has more than one player. But the Knicks have 3 players on that list for most minutes played this season. This is why it's concerning, and this is why we need to talk about it. And recently, Tom Thibodeau was speaking to the media, and he was asked about his philosophy on playing the starters heavy minutes. And, well, here was his response. Shout out to Steph Bondy with the New York Post for giving us this following information. According to him, as the Knicks starters, specifically their wings, carry a heavier minutes load than the NBA norm, Coach Tom Thibodeau explained his distribution as a product of the roster, his players' thresholds, and his franchise's end goals. According to Thibs, we've got to have lineups that are strong on both sides of the ball. And then, can your guys handle the minutes? There's different minutes in the course of the game. If you look at Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, their minutes are what other main players are. I'm sorry, what? What did he say? Specifically about Jalen Brunson. What did he say just now? Their minutes are what other main players are. Let's go back to the top minutes played in the league right now. Mikal Bridges, Anthony Edwards, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, Jason Tatum. The top 5 in most minutes played this season. And 3 New York Knicks starters are part of that list. What is Tom Thibodeau saying here? Let's continue. Thibodeau continues here by stating the wings are different. OG Anunoby is at 36 minutes. Mikal Bridges is the highest. And Josh Hart's are high as well. Both of those guys can handle the minutes. And they want the minutes. If they can handle the minutes, give it to them. If they can't, cut it back. What? What did Tom Thibodeau say? Let's repeat that last line again. If they can handle the minutes, give it to them. If they can't, cut it back. Who determines if a player can or cannot handle the minutes? Tom Thibodeau? If you're a player playing for Coach Thibs, you are never going to say, get me out of the game, cut my minutes, play me less. That just won't happen because if you do that, it's likely you're never going to play heavy minutes again for Tom Thibodeau. And that's not what you want if you're a starter in the league, if you're a starter on this Knicks team. So I don't know what Tom Thibodeau is expecting here. We need other players looking out for the well-being of our players. We need the coaching staff looking out for the well-being of our players. Nobody, no player on the Knicks right now will ever say, I'm playing too many minutes. I'm playing heavy minutes. Take me out of the game. So what is Tom Thibodeau expecting here? What is a player going to say? I'm playing too much? Cut my minutes? Take me out of the game? Don't play me a lot? What player in the league would ever say that? Tom Thibodeau saying this doesn't make any sense. It's actually a little confusing. Thibs said both of those guys can handle the minutes, and they want the minutes. Can they handle the minutes? Because last I checked, Josh Hart is dealing with runner's knee. That's probably because he's playing heavy minutes. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's third in the league in minutes played this season, followed by his roommate's podcast mate, Jalen Brunson, who's fourth, and Mikal Bridges, who is number one. I'm sorry, say what you want to say, but this is a problem. It's not okay, and the minutes philosophy doesn't make sense. The minutes are what they are. We can say whatever we want to say, but this is a problem, and Tom Thibodeau wasn't done there. He also said the following while speaking to the media while speaking about these minutes. According to Thibs, the average minutes for Brunson, 35.1, and Towns, 34.9, are in line with other All-Stars. Thibs says exactly. I think every team is different. If you have young guys or if your depth is different, you do play with a deeper rotation. I think you always begin with the end of the playoffs in mind. What are you going to need in the end? Whatever the strengths of the club are, you want to give your team the best chance to win. Last time I checked, giving your team the best chance to win might mean reducing the starter minutes, expanding the rotation, and then utilizing the extra minutes to give to the bench. Because come the postseason, you're also going to need a second unit that understands their role, understand what they need to do when they're out there, and understand that they need to stabilize the offense and defense while the starters get a rest. And if we play 5 off the bench, that means we give all of our starters a break before they need to head back into the game. That also gives the trust to the bench unit. And if we showcase that we trust the bench to that level, they will run with it. But we'll never know what that looks like because Tom Thibodeau doesn't trust the bench. Not enough to play them heavy minutes. And we always see 1 or 2 starters out there with the bench unit. That's not really a bench unit. You need to play at least 4 bench and 1 starter with the bench unit to really call it a bench unit or a secondary unit. We don't see that oftentimes. And when we do, we don't see it with the right players. Why is Mikal Bridges never playing with the bench unit solely? Why is it not 4 bench pieces and 1 starter, and that starter being Mikal Bridges? Why haven't we seen that change? Because I think if you make that change, you unlock Mikal Bridges on offense. And we need him on offense. We need him to be more aggressive, to do more. Not only be that mid-range assassin, but attack as well too. Be aggressive, go to the paint, drive to the basket, take contact, get to the free throw line. We need all of this because if the Knicks can also get the other team in foul trouble, that's just going to make the game easier for them. That's what they should be focused on. And hopefully, that's what we're going to see in today's matchup against the Boston Celtics. It might be an afternoon game. And I understand sometimes these afternoon games can be tricky, but no excuses. None. 0. We were embarrassed by the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't know what other motivation that you need. Not only that, we're playing the second best team in the Eastern Conference. A team that if everything stays the exact same way and goes the way that everybody predicts they will go in the postseason, then the Celtics and the Knicks will be facing each other in the second round. We need to take these games seriously and make sure we make a statement out of these games. But more than anything else, show everybody in the league that we are ready for this stage. Because if we lose again in blowout fashion, it's just going to cement the fact that the Knicks are not ready for that level this season. And I don't know about you guys, but hearing that message loud and clear without being able to say anything against it, it hurts. It hurts every part of my being, including right here. I cannot take it. I need to be able to say something. But the Knicks, they need to be able to make me say something. And the only way they can do that is by playing the way we know they can play and picking up a win against one of the best teams in the league in the Boston Celtics. But what about you guys? What do you think about Tom Thibodeau and what he had to say about his minutes philosophy? Let me know in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.